Lights, camera, action. Okay. You're watching Food is Medicine TV, where we help you heal from the root cause. Today we are all about loving up the vegans in our tribe. We sent out a poll to you and said, what do you want to hear from us? And you asked me to do a show on how to be a healthy vegan. So here we are. Many of you know that we are more of a paleo-ish type of dietary philosophy, but I also want you to know how much we respect the vegan choice. A lot of people choose to be vegans because of love for the environment. It's a lot higher carbon footprint when you eat animals, and we respect that. Or just to have reverence for all living beings and to not consume anything or ever take a life to support your own, which we completely and totally support. Or maybe you've chosen to go completely plant-based for health reasons. All of that works for us, but my job is to help you become the healthiest version of whatever dietary theory you're following and whatever you choose. So how to be a healthy vegan. If you are a healthy vegan, no junk food vegans, okay? Don't be just eating carbs. You've got to be eating a wide array of fruits and vegetables. And I want to kind of go through and say, here is a typical plate that I would love to see my vegan population eating. And so half of your plate is going to be non-starchy vegetables. And you can do your raw greens, but I'd like you to intersperse and also do cooked greens, because some vegans I find, when I have lab tested them, are deficient in calcium. Even though they're eating a lot of foods that have calcium in it, they are not converting and using the calcium. And that's because if we don't cook our foods properly, we can have oxalates in raw greens if we only eat them raw, which inhibits calcium absorption. And then the same thing with grains. If you do not soak them before you cook them, you don't get rid of the anti-nutrients called phytates. And the phytates inhibit a lot of mineral absorption, not just calcium. So you've got to soak your grains, your legumes, your beans, you've got to soak those before you cook them. You also have to please soak your nuts and seeds, because I really want you to get a complete amino acid profile. It's so important to be able to make the neurotransmitters in your brain that support the entire endocrine system, the entire hormone system. And by just soaking nuts and seeds for 1 hour before you consume them, you increase the bioavailability of the protein by more than double, and you make the fat so much easier to digest and absorb. So a double bonus there. Just pat them dry and don't soak them too long, because you don't want them to get moldy. So your typical plate is going to be half non-starchy vegetables. 1/4 you want something that's protein based. So here we have a representation of black beans and legumes here, the lentils, high in folate, high in magnesium, really rich profile. And so whatever protein you choose, you want to mix and match. This could be tempeh, which is a fermented soy, and that's 22 grams of protein per serving. Do not, I repeat, do not consume tofu. You guys, if you've been following us for any length of time, you know how we feel about tofu. It's often genetically modified. It blocks so many nutrients. 1 serving can damage the thyroid function by 9%. In my opinion, tofu should be used for paving potholes, not for human consumption, unless maybe you're eating it from Japan and it's organic and fermented, and even then it's in moderation. It's just not good for your gut. The other part of your plate, you need some carbs, of course. So we're doing the complex, slow-releasing carbs, because don't forget, your legumes are also going to have carbs. And so something like sweet potatoes, yams, parsnips, and then add an extra pop of cruciferous vegetables for your antioxidant power. So here we've got Brussels sprouts, but you could do anything from cabbage to broccoli when you're going to have something like that. Now, if you're talking about breakfast and we're talking about making a smoothie, we know, whole journey philosophy, don't combine carbs with your fruit. We're not going to combine fruit with a starch. So I like you to use hemp protein in your smoothie whenever possible. Make sure you add the good fats to your smoothie. You can put coconut oil in, you can put avocado in, and then add some chia seeds. One thing I found with vegans is that they don't often have enough EPA, DHA. So I would love for my vegans to take fish oil, but again, I understand. And so you can then supplement with flax oil. It doesn't convert as well to EPA, DHA as fish oil does. However, it's something that you really do need in your diet. At about 1 to 2 tablespoons a day of ground flaxseed would be perfect, or 1 teaspoon of flax oil that you would use on your salad dressing. So we've got lots of different foods, we've got lots of different snacks, but when I have run lab work on my vegan clients in the past, I find there are 4 nutrients that they can be deficient in. And those 4 nutrients are vitamin B12, vitamin D3, zinc, and iron, right? So we're thinking the things we get from red meat. The vitamin D3, we get it a lot, let's say from butter or ghee or cod liver oil or the fatty fish, and zinc we get from shellfish. You can get it from other foods, but that's where we get the most bioavailable forms. So if you are feeling depressed or tired or can't lose weight or not functioning optimally, these might be some supplement choices that you choose. They are all vegan supplements here. You would take your vitamin B12 once a day, either with breakfast or with lunch. You're going to take D3, and these are things that you should be running on your lab work at least once a year. Zinc is going to be important, or you may go as far to take a reacted multi-mineral. And then iron, it's not that a lot of vegans are deficient in iron, but they start with low ferritin, which is the first stage of iron deficiency. So you always want to make sure you're going to check your ferritin, and then it's very easy to supplement with a bioavailable plant-based liquid form of iron. So in order to be a healthy vegan, we need a wide array of fruits and vegetables, and so much. The method is in the madness, right? The cooking, how you cook and how you prepare really makes the difference. One other thing I just forgot to mention is my vegans, please make sure you're consuming nutritional yeast. It's going to be one of the highest foods for you in vitamin B12, and you can make sauces out of it. I make a vegan mac and cheese out of it because it's so cheesy. We put it on popcorn and it tastes like almost like a cheddar popcorn. You can make your sauces out of your soaked cashews, and there's a lot of different delicious recipes out there. If you are vegan or becoming vegan, leave us a comment below. Let us know what your favorite vegan foods are and if you have any recipes to share with our tribe. So there you go, how to be a healthy vegan. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Food is Medicine TV.